Hi, welcome to another Fat for Weight Loss video. Today I'm showing you how to make ketogenic friendly meal plans. Now I'm going to show you two ways. There's the easy way and then there's the more advanced way that is more precise, but you choose which way you want to go and let's get started. Alright, so first of all we need to figure out what our daily calories need to be and what our macros need to be. So for your daily calories, you need to figure that out on a macro calculator. And I've got one on my website. I'm not saying you need to use the one on my website, but I'm just gonna show you how it works because it's the one I know that works as well. So I'm gonna come over to my website and I'm going to hit Keto Calculator. Then I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna say, all right, well, you know, I'm just doing this for the average person, okay? So all of the average person details are filled into the website already. So if you're a little bit outside of the normal or you know whatever it is, then definitely go and fill your information in there as you need, as you see possible. So you know, this person is 145 pounds. They are 64 inches tall, they are female, they are 35 years of age and mostly inactive, so generally sitting most of the time. Now, if you are relatively active, so if you, you know, you might do exercise 1 to 2 times a week or 3 or 4, whatever that is, so you select that in the actual physical activity section there, and then you select your goal. So whether you want to have weight loss, you want to do maintenance, or you want to build muscle, and that gives you a daily caloric needs and your macro calculations. So it gives you how many total carbs you need, how much protein you need, and how much fat you need in a normal day to either be losing weight, to be maintaining your weight, or to be gaining muscle. Okay, so what I also have is that I have all of these templates available in the description below. So if any of the software or any of the Excel templates or the PowerPoint templates you see in this video you haven't seen before, definitely check out that link and I will give it to you straight away. 380 calories there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over to this Excel template here that I've got, and I'm just gonna type in 1,380 calories. Now, the calculations that I put into this Excel spreadsheet means that it goes, okay, this is how much fat you need, this is how many grams of protein you need, and this is how many grams of carbs you need. And that's just per day. So if you were to break that down into 3 meals, that would be around 460 calories per meal, around 36 calories of fat, around 29 grams of fat, around 29 grams of protein, or 8 grams of carbs. And that's for 3 meals. There's also a section here for 2 meals, so if you do like doing intermittent fasting, then you can do that. Now, from here, once you've calculated all of that information, you have everything you need to create a meal plan. So all you need to do is you just need to tailor the recipes that you find on the internet or the recipes that you already know. You need to tailor them to sort of fit closely within those caloric requirements and the macronutrient requirements. Now, the really easy way is to get a piece of paper and basically divide it up into breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you can just write your recipes along each of the columns here. And this is a great little template. It's one I got from Kmart for about $3, and you know, it works really well. If you wanted to have keto coleslaw for dinner or lunch, you just put that in on Tuesday, and then maybe you could have the recipe leftovers for you know, lunch on Wednesday, whatever it is. That is the easy way to do it. And now you know that each meal you just need to be sort of hitting around 460 calories, or if you're intermittent fasting, 690 calories. Now, everyone is different, so that is just a guideline. That is simply a guideline that would fit someone, you know, an average person for the average household with the average 3 meals and 2 meals and whatever. So change that how you see necessary. Now, the more advanced version, and this is how I create my fully fledged meal plans, is that I take those numbers and then I go, okay, I'm going to find all of the recipes that need to fit inside that caloric requirement, and I'm going to put it into the PowerPoint template that I've got, and then I send it out to people on a weekly basis. So what happens is that, all right, I go and find, let's say that's the keto creamy coleslaw, and I have a look, and all of the links can be found in the description of this video. It doesn't have to be a recipe on my website. This can be any recipe. You just need to be able to find the nutrition per serve, right? So here, what I have is I have the nutrition per serve at about 550 calories per serve. So that's for 3 meals. So that's what it usually is without me altering anything. For 3 people, that amount of ingredients there is that amount per serve. If that doesn't make sense, comment below and I will try and answer your questions as best as possible. But basically what we're trying to find is something that fits into the 460 or the 680 calories per meal, right? So this is a little bit over for having 3 meals in one day, but that's fine. You can just tailor it down a little bit. So what I like to do is I use Chronometer, and I take all of the ingredients inside a recipe. So if it doesn't have nutrition per serve, I would take all of those ingredients and I would put it into Chronometer. Now Chronometer is really, really good because it is very accurate on the amount of calories it gives per food. Something like MyFitnessPal I can find is very inaccurate, and because there's so many user added foods in there, it can become very difficult to find exactly what you're looking for. So if I go into the foods, and all you do is you go create new recipe, and you go, I'm gonna make it a keto slaw, and I'm going to, put all of those, put the serving size in there. So there's 3 servings in there. And for the ingredients, I'm just going to put in 500 grams of ground beef. So I'm going to select that one, and there was 500 grams in that entire recipe. So you go through and you do that for all of the ingredients, and then you basically end up with the nutrition per serve, like I've got on my recipe website here. So once you have that, if it's a little bit over, all you have to do is just eat a little bit less of it. And you don't have to make 3 serves. You can make 2. You just need to make as much as you need to be able to fill that caloric requirement. So I have a PowerPoint template here. And what this is this is my the weekly meal plan that you would get in a course that I provide for you. Now, I have provided a fully fledged weekly meal plan. So for 7 days, there is a complete one that is in the description below. So you can go ahead and download that one as well. That one's really, really fantastic, and that is part of the upcoming Beginners Ketogenic Recipes course. So how I created that was I have a little table here, and I say, okay, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and those are gonna be the macros for each day. What I like doing is I like finding a dinner recipe and also using the leftovers for lunch, because lunches are the weak point for most people. They get to the end, they get to the end of the day, they've had a big day, and they go, I've got to go to work tomorrow. What am I going to have for lunch? And they end up either snacking on garbage, or going out with their friends and getting something that's not keto friendly. They found that they've fallen off the keto bandwagon and they need to jump back on it, and it becomes like a cheat day, and then a cheat week, and then a cheat month, and then you've fallen off and everything goes terribly wrong. So what you want to be doing is just making double the amount for dinner so that you can have enough food for lunch the next day. So what does the fully fledged PowerPoint file look like? Well, so you can go ahead and do this yourself. This is super easy to do. All you do is you go, okay, well, I have a whole bunch of recipes here that I really like and I really enjoy, and I'm gonna go ahead and just map them out as you would on a piece of paper like this, right? And so I've said, okay, I've got buttery steak and broccoli, that's gonna be for dinner, and then the buttery steak and broccoli is also gonna be for lunch the next day. Same thing with the Asian steamed chicken and the tacos and whatever it is. So you just need to figure out how much recipe ingredients you need to fill the amount of food that is in that little section. And so down here, what I do is I create the recipe, and I have a page for every single recipe. So for the avocado smoothie, it has 1 cup of spinach, 1 medium avocado, half a teaspoon of ginger, whatever. So what you do is you take all of those ingredients, you just copy and paste all of that, and you put it into this Excel spreadsheet here. And then what you can do is you can filter it. So in the data, you take all of the you know, so you have quantity of 1 cup of spinach, whatever it is, and then you sort them, you filter each column by the ingredient, and you go, okay, I need to find all of my ingredients descending in alphabetical order, which gives me almond milk, avocado, 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 bacon, bacon. You know, it puts all of the ingredients in alphabetical order, so I can see them very easily and say, okay, I can make 2 slices of bacon and 3 slices of bacon, just make 5 slices of bacon, right? And I can delete that column, I can delete that row, sorry. And then what I like to do is that once you have all of the ingredients that you need for your meal plan, then over here in this summary of ingredients, I've just created a really simple pivot table that says, all right, so I've grouped all of these ingredients by ingredient type. So it might be a vegetable, it might be dairy, whatever it is. So when I go to the shops, I know that in that section, I need to get this from the vegetable section or this from the dairy section or whatever it is. So a pivot table is really easy to make, and I will show you how to make it in a second, but we're just going to stick with this one that we've got now. So what I did is that, actually, I'll create the pivot table for you right now. Let's go Insert, Pivot Table. In the table data range, you want to select the ingredient columns here. So you want to select all of those, hit that, go OK. And that inserts a blank pivot table in there for you. So you want the quantity, you want to sum up the quantity of the ingredients, right? You want the ingredient and you want the ingredient type. Now it automatically just puts them all in the values column, but what you want to be doing is switching them over to the rows column. So you want to put the ingredient type first. So it sums all of the ingredients by their ingredient type. And it's great. Look, in the dairy section, you have almond milk, butter. You know, almond milk's not dairy, but that's fine. You have butter, you have cheese, and it's given you every single, you know, the quantity of every single amount of ingredient that you need. Now, I can see that I have 2 almond milk. Now, what does that mean? So I also have to include the type in there as well. So if I want to see, you know, what type of ingredient I need 2 cups of almond milk. So that makes it a little bit easier. This is pretty advanced, right? You know, you wouldn't have to do this for your general family meal plan. You can just use a piece of paper like this. But if you know the calories and if you know what's working for you, then you can flesh it out a little bit and go, okay, well, this is the amount of everything that I need. And you go to the shops and you just get exactly that. And it makes it cheaper. It makes it so much easier. You don't buy all this stuff you don't need that ends up going bad in the fridge. There's so many benefits to actually creating a meal plan like this. So the last section is that, you know, you've gone ahead and you've mapped out every single meal. You say, all right, I'm so psyched to be doing this. And you go, okay, well, am I trying to, you know, am I hitting my macronutrients for each recipe? And, you know, if not, maybe I can add a few things to each day or whatever it is. So for the avocado smoothie, I know that there is 491 calories in there. There is 43 grams of fats, 8 grams of protein, 6 grams of carbs. Now I know that because I created the recipe, but you would just get that information from the website that you went to or from the food blog that you went to, wherever it is. It doesn't have to be mine, you know, as long as it's just per serving. So and then what you do is you come down to the daily macros and you go, okay, well, on Monday, so you reference this PowerPoint template here and you go, okay, on Monday, I am having the bulletproof coffee, the bacon and eggs, the buttery steak and broccoli. So all I need to do then is that I have this little equation here that you go equals, I need the bulletproof coffee, so I have the butter coffee, so I have that, plus I have the bacon and eggs, plus I have the buttery steak and broccoli. So the buttery steak and broccoli is there, and I just go, okay. Now that gives me, that gives me the amount that I have on Monday. That gives me the total calories for Monday. Then all I have to do, and Excel is great at this, you just drag that across to all of the other fats, proteins and carbs in there as well. So that gives you the fats, proteins and carbs summed up for that entire day. Now, there's only 4.5 grams of carbs in an entire day. That's crazy. I can't believe this is a weekly meal plan that I've made with 4.5 grams of carbs in a single day. That's great. That's great macros. And then all right, so you do that just for every single day. So you just work out the calories and you do that for every day and you drag those columns across and it gives you the totals for the fats, proteins, and carbs. And then what you do is that this total section down here sums up all of your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday calories, and it does the same for your fats, your proteins, and your carbs as well. So it gives you 9,191 calories in an entire week. And so the percentage down here is calculated on what percentage is 721 grams of fat in 9,191 calories. And that ends up being 70%, which is perfect for the ketogenic diet. Now, I know that that looks a little bit difficult and a little bit hard, but it's actually really easy. If you're going to ketogenic websites and you're going to places that have high fat, low carb, generally all of them, the person who's created the recipe has thought about, okay, this needs to be around 70% fats, this needs to be around that amount of protein and that amount of carbs. And even if you have days where you are lower in carbs, there might be other days where you're higher in carbs. So in the entire week, it just averages out. So for all of the ingredients that I've listed here and for every single day over the weekly overview here, I have 70% fat, 27% protein, and 3% carbs. So even though you are having a 3% carbs, that's just net carbs, right? So it would probably be a little bit more if you included total carbs as well. But whatever it is that helps you. Okay, so the goals total is actually calculated from this sheet over in the daily macros here. So when you put in your daily macros and you said 1,380 calories per day, that is coming over into the weekly goals section and saying, okay, this is what you need in total. This is your 7-day, 1,380 calories in total, which is 9,600. And so here in your totals and here in your goal totals, the percentage that comes up down the bottom says, all right, so you're 95% of the way there. Now, if you're doing an 80-20 analysis on this, 95% is pretty dang accurate. Same with 96, same with 84, and same with 47. Now, obviously, you don't need to be hitting your carbohydrate totals because that really doesn't matter. The lower the carbs, the better, quite honestly, on the ketogenic diet. So this is how I create meal plans for all of the courses inside my, the weight loss course, the ketogenic beginners course, the keto kickstart course. This is how I create recipes, and this is how I create meal plans for all of those. So just in case you wanted to go and create your own meal plans, this is exactly how I would do it for you. Now, I know that this is quite a long and laborious process, and if you want me to do it, that's totally fine. You can sign up for the meal plans in the description below, but this meal plan sheet of paper here does a very good job at doing exactly that as well. If you need to get exact, and this is the advanced version, then jump over and use the spreadsheet that is included into the the few files that you get in the download in the description below. So I hope this has been a very informational video for you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. If you liked this type of video, smash that like button, and if you didn't, again, smash that downward button. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but maybe it was too complicated. Maybe there was something that I missed that you wanted to be included in this recipe. So comment in the description below and subscribe if you haven't already. I really love creating videos like this. So if you really want to see more videos like this, hitting that subscribe button helps me see that, okay, YouTube is doing really well. I can continue to focus on YouTube and do videos like this. So again, my name is Aaron Day. This has been a Fat for Weight Loss video, and I will see you in the next video.